Right. Let's take a look here. So you could probably see, I just moved the balloon from where it is now, kind of up here, and kind of moved a few around there. And you know, that's the beauty of my process, is even though the painting is getting close to being finished, I could still have like Photoshop abilities to move things around. But after today, that is all going to change. Once these things are down, they're going to be down. So I actually opted with this version here. The funny thing is there's no right answer to this. They're both, I think, good answers to the problem that I'm trying to do here, which is create a good composition. I think they're both good compositions. I'm just choosing that one just because it's just the one I'm feeling is a little bit better. Well, anyway, let me put this back down and I'll get started. I'm gonna need some paper towels too. I'm not sure how much talking I'll do, because I feel like when I get into the zone, I'm in the zone, and I will completely forget that I'm actually even recording, which is probably going to bite me in the butt one of these days, because I'll completely forget that you guys are all with me. Alright, just makes cleanup a little easier when I have these gloves on. It's not really a health protection thing, it's more just a cleanup thing. So, probably start with the big one first. Alright, let's get it going. I like to remind myself where it's going, because once I take it off, I can forget sometimes where it was. So, it's just a matter of getting good, even coverage. These big ones are tough to do evenly, so I like to use a background like this to kind of do something to push it all up against. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, that's where that was. Here we go. Now, get all the air bubbles out from underneath that and get it pressed on the canvas. So, as you can see, some of the color does come up here and there, so I try to be careful that I don't go over into the blue sky, because that green will show up. So yes, I go through quite a bit of these paper towels, but they don't go to waste though. These paper towels have a further purpose for me after I have used them. Alright, that wants to come up. Alright, let's just squeegee the rest of that air out, and that looks like one done. Alright, so just as a a note on what's to come, once these are all down, once all these balloons are down, what I will do, and dry, because this is going to take probably almost a 24-hour period for everything underneath this to dry. It takes a long time, and it takes a lot of breathing out the vapor. Once it is dry, I will go around and touch up my edges by doing a technique that I've done for quite a while now, which I'm basically just kind of taking the edge of the skin and I accentuate it by darkening it with a kind of an umber type of color, and it tends to create that stained glass look that that I like about my work. So it defines the edge for me. The pieces start to really come together at that point, and then after that I will accentuate the color inward so that it kind of glows more. I like to leave this alone, but I'll darken with whatever the ground color is around the edges, and it starts to take on a little bit more of a dimension, more glass-like look, and that's what I like. So let me go ahead and keep going. Let's get it back right here. Alright, that's 2 down. Take a look at it. Yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the next one on. Let me go ahead and mark a few of these ahead of time. Once I make these marks, it kind of sort of does solidify the concept of where things are going, which is fine because I'm happy at this point with the composition, the coloration, and all that stuff that you want to be happy about. I'm just putting, basically, if you can't see what's up close here, I'm just putting a pencil mark at the very bottom tip so I know where to place the balloon again once I take the balloon off of the canvas with tape on it and glue it down. Alright. This will make it go by a lot faster. This is how I usually do it. Alright. Let's do purple. Alright. Alright. I'm liking it. Alrighty. Give you an idea how much color is coming off. Not sure if you can see that, but it tends to bleed, so I have to be careful with what I'm doing there. But it's not a very sloppy situation though. It's very controllable. All right. Really like these two colors near each other. All right. So 4 done. I already know in advance that this particular color here is going to run a lot. It does not like to stay down. So I gotta be careful on this one. Yeah, like it. I like it. No problem. Let's do this one. Alright, I like it. Good and clean. Yeah, I like my edges to be real clean so that when I do that process of darkening the edges with that umber type of color mix, it catches the edge. But if there's too much gel on those edges, forget it. It's not going to catch the edge, and the illusion that I like to produce with that is just lost. It doesn't happen. If I'm clean and take care of the edges, making sure that they're not cluttered, quote unquote cluttered up with the gel. Pretty good. It's going good. No problems. Let's go ahead and get this guy down. This motion, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get those bubbles out from underneath and all the excess gel off. Alright. That one's fighting me a little bit. Some leakage of color into the blue, and that's been fixed. Get something cleaner. Got it. Alright. So these are done. So I'll go ahead and get this part of the swoosh done next. I'll go ahead and get that going here. Yeah. Going a lot quicker than I thought. This is probably going to be done in probably another 20 minutes or so, maybe-ish, around that. Okay. Another paper towel down. I end up using these for other art. I don't like to throw things away. I'll actually probably put some gloves in there too at some point. I'm just trying to bulk up with whatever materials I've been using during the day. And I eventually make these tissue balls out of these things. I kind of like what's going on. I'm not sure. I've got a lot of these going on right now. I'm not sure how I'm going to display them. But it's just using some of the leftover materials from certain projects. And again, I hate throwing this stuff away because a long time ago I realized there's actually a lot of stuff you can do with this stuff. And there's a lot of value there, I think. Who likes to throw things away too, right? I don't. So there's that. So that's what all this paper towel ends up going towards. Yeah, I'm not sure. It just what that means about me. Moving forward, I think, you know, I'm also on the side thinking about developing a couple of courses. I'd like to think of creating a course in mixed media, in different ways you can use mixed media, because there's so many things you can do, and there isn't a class. I mean, because there's so much you can do, it's endless. There's endless things you can do with mixed media. Like, for instance, these balloons aren't even painted in the same room as the rest of the canvas, although this comes together as a single painting. How crazy, how beautiful is that you can do that with mixed media? Not to mention, you can recycle things. Like if you have a book that's been damaged and you don't want to throw it away, well, voila, you've got a great base for a project right there too. Or old magazines that you're not using anymore, that you just collected because you didn't want to throw them away. Find some art. I mean, tear some of those pages out and glue them to a canvas like I'm doing here, and create, in its own context, something beautiful, you know? I recommend it. Doing all that talking, I didn't get the rest of this balloon down. Alright, it's down now. Alright. I also hope that you're enjoying my music selections. It's not really selections, they're really more musical musements. I'm just kind of doing sketches with my guitar, and I have a looper pedal where I'm able to kind of create some background sounds and play over those. And it's a lot of fun for my soul.